Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's me, Krendor. Welcome back to Krendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, I want to talk about the new Skaven Battletome, my thoughts and opinions on it. I've had a chance to look at it, play with it, and I've gotten a chance to play with the new units as well. Specifically, the new Big Rat Man Vizek Scour, Prophet of the Horned Rat, as well as the new Monster Molder Rat. And I play with the new Master Molder, but he's kind of the same. He's a little changed, but for the most part, he got a little nerf in the battle tome, but all in all, I got to play with a lot of new stuff. I hold on, let me see if I can show this off. I do have it hooked up here. Hold on. So here he is. Hold on, I'll show you. Here's my rat man. All right, I think he's looking pretty good. You can see here, I got the horns. Let me show you the back here. Look at that. There he is. Looking good. I'll show you a little size comparison here. Here's a Storm Fiend. Size comparison. He's pretty big. Like, honestly, he is a very large model. And then, Monster Guy. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's this guy. Hold on, I can't even... There he is. Dude, I love this model. This model's so good. Sorry, the microphone's, like, far away. I'm trying to, like, yell over to it. It's a really good model. It really is, though. I love this thing. Really cool. Again, Storm Fiend for comparison. Look at that. He's actually, like, a pretty big model. Like, I was shocked at how big that model actually is. But, dude, I think this guy, does he even show up on my shitty green screen? Yeah, there he is. I think this guy is my, like, top 3 Skaven models. I love this guy. I'm kind of taking my time painting him right now, because I do think he's really cool. I'm a big Clan Pestilent person, and even though he isn't Clan Pestilent, he is a priest, and so I'm kind of painting him the same way I paint my Plague Priest, kind of that, you know, like light green, you know, disease-looking type of feel. So I've kind of, I don't know, I want to paint him well, so I'm starting out with the contrast paints, and then I'm going to go in with the normal paints, and then I'm going to dry brush. I'm going to touch everything up. So I really want him to, like, be really good. So, yeah. And then I do have the other models. I've primed all of them and built them, but I haven't really started painting them yet. So, I mean, I could show them off, but I really should have gotten them out. But those were, like, the main ones I wanted to show off. I'll show them off at the end for people that are like, I want to see the other new models. So I want to talk about the Battletome, because I've got some thoughts and opinions on it, right? I'm kind of 50-50 on the tome, because going into this, I was like, I really hope they don't go down the 40k route of they feel like patch updates to the indexes. You know what I mean? Like, every 40k index almost just felt like it was a patch to the index. And I was really hoping that they would go above and beyond that, where it was like, here's new spells, here's new prayers, here's some new, you know, whatever, some, you know, more reworked war scrolls. And for the most part, it feels like a patch. Like, it genuinely just felt like a glorified index. You know what I mean? Like, all the spells are the same. I think one spell went from like a 7 down to a 6 cast. Cool. The prayers are the same. Granted, the prayers are very good, but I would have loved almost like some additional sub factions, because like all the sub factions are pretty much the same, or the battle formations, whatever they're called now. They're it's like all the same. The endless spells are pretty much the same, and a lot of the war scrolls are pretty much the same. I was actually really hoping that the new Storm Vermin would have like a pistol attack, because they don't, even though he's on the cover with a pistol. Games Workshop. Like, why don't they have at least, like, your champion gets a pistol? Like, give him one attack, one pistol attack. Maybe the champion can even do, like, on a 4-up, inflict a mortal wound with his warp pistol. Like, something, please. He's shooting a pistol. Come on. He's spinning the ball in his finger. Take it. It's a Simpsons thing, for people who don't know. And so it just, that kind of drove me crazy. I also thought Storm Fiends, or Storm Vermin, Storm Fiends are the ones, right? Storm Vermin. It feels like they are still a little squishy, and that I feel like they should get a ward as well, because they are the bodyguards for a lot of heroes. I feel like they should also get something from that, or like maybe when they're near a hero, they get +1 to save, because I don't know. I feel like they're just really squishy, but they are rats. So I mean, we'll see. But there are ways to buff them up and stuff. But whatever. Anyway, I mean, Thanquol. A lot of the Vermin Lords are all the same. I wish Thanquol had like a better shooting attack, because he's supposed to have like crazy blasters, right? I don't know. I feel like his shooting was a little weak. Still no Clan Eshin stuff. The big news was we now have a Foot Priest, which is the Plague Pack. So the Warhammer Underworld Warband, it's like Skibbity Doo's Plague Pack or whatever. What's his name? I think it's right here. Wee woo. Here it is. The Plague Pack. Dude, it doesn't even say it on the thing. Oh, it's just called Plague Pack now. I don't remember what it used to be called, but it was like something Plague Pack. Either way, they are now a Foot Priest unit, which is insane because number one, they're not a hero. So you can include them and not have them be a drop, which is fantastic. Number two, you have multiple units in this priest unit, so it makes him like a high health priest because you can remove other models before you remove the actual priest. Because there's 4 other models in this, so I believe it's like a 10 health unit, which is better than the old priest, which was like a 5 health unit. And then on top of that, you have the rat, and which, by the way, I painted this rat. Hold on, let me show you. I almost forgot. Here he is. Look at this guy. Well, I painted him up. My rat guy. Look at that. He's got his little warp stone. I'm very proud of him. I started working on my priest guys as well. So yeah, I'm very proud of my my rats. And I don't know, I'm glad they brought back a Foot Plague Priest, because I was worried. I was like, please don't let the only priest in this army be a giant war machine, a Vermin Lord, and a 450 point hero, right? It was just like, please just give us something. And so they did. And the rat makes it so you can re-roll the prayer. So once per game, you can be like, you know what? I'm going to re-roll that 1 or 2 that I rolled. And you take away the rat, and that's like a symbolic thing. So I love that. I'm extremely happy with the Plague Pack. And it's also nice when they make the war bands from Warcry actually play into Age of Sigmar. Some people don't like that, but I think it's really cool because not many people end up playing Warcry at all. So it gives those units some play, because a lot of those are like phenomenal units. A lot of the Warcry stuff is like really, really good. So that's that. That's my little rant there. And then, I mean, outside of that, the Brood Terror is phenomenal. I played him in a game. His shooting is like amazing. Like really, really good shooting. Like that's what I feel Thanquol's shooting should be. I don't know why his blaster is better than Thanquol's, but it is. Like I don't know, but his shooting's insane. And his melee is also good because he can crit mortal, and then he can roll the molder if you're running him in molder, which you probably are. You can roll and you can get him a 5-up ward or the +1 melee attack. And then on top of that, he has a 2-up, everything within 6 inches is -1 to hit aura, which is genuinely insane. Okay. I can't tell you how good that was in the game that I played with him. It was like phenomenal. Doom Flares are still amazing. Instead of 1 Doom Flare, you now get 2 Doom Flares in a unit. So you can run a unit of 4 Doom Flares, which is like 8d6 attacks +1 rend. So you're at 2 rend into infantry and then +1 damage on the charge. So if you run 4 of these and you just charge them into somebody's infantry block, that is 8d6 attacks. I think 3s×3s, 2 rend, 2 damage. That is an insane stat profile. I love that. It's so goofy. I want to do that. The Warp Grinder, I think, is a really cool kind of redone type of unit. It used to just be like the Warp Grinder takes units underground, right? And now it like pops up and it has like a flat 5 damage attack, which is really goofy. And it can pop up into combat, but it still has to pop up into something that's by itself, because like it has to be 6 inches away from another unit, even though it can be 3 inches in the target unit in combat. It's a weird type of rule, but it is very fun and goofy. Which, listen, if you're playing Skaven, that's what it's all about. Fun and goofy stuff. That's what I like. Then there's all the new weapon packs, which are much better than they were in the index, because that used to be like you had 1 rattling gun or 1 whatever, and now they are packs of 3. So you get 3 rattling guns, 3 weapon battery things, whatever it might be. So much improved on that front. The Scryer Acolyte models are now all phenomenal. The Master Molder looks a lot better. However, they did kind of nerf him. I think it used to be like he gave +2 to charge. Now it's +1 or something like that. He still heals your Molder units, which when I played a game, I played 6 Storm Fiends, 6 Rat Ogres, my Master Molder, and the new Priest hero guy, which he did okay. He didn't really have a great game. He rolled a couple 1s on his prayer rolls. He did buff up the Rat Ogres. He gave them +1 to wound mortal wounds or crit mortals. So I charged my 6 Rat Ogres into some storm cast cavalry. I don't remember what they were, but I did like 16 mortal wounds and some damage, and it shredded them. So that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. I also like how he has a -1 to be hit, -1 to be wound. Everybody's got to attack him. He's like a weird kind of defensive priest rat, which is it's a weird combination. And then he's very swingy because he has crit mortals on his staff, but I ended up doing 0 mortals and like 0 damage with him. So he's a very swingy type of melee attack, but I think he's really cool. The main thing is that he's a priest too with insane prayers, which that's phenomenal. And then he can also take anybody in his regiment, which is also very strong in 4th edition. The other one is Kritok Foulblade, and he's pretty cool because he can allow you, I think it's for a command point, you can have a unit move, an additional verminous unit gets to move in your opponent's hero phase, right? So normally your battle trait is you can move 1 unit in their hero phase, right? So now you have the ability to move 2, which is really strong because that can mess up battle tactics. It can set up positioning and a whole bunch of stuff. So I think people will take him just for that. He gives Storm Vermin +1 to wound, but there's so many ways to get +1 to wound, I feel like even just the prayer. I'd rather have a plague pack with +1 to wound crit mortals, because you're getting like 3 attacks per Storm Vermin, so the crit mortals are probably going to be more impactful than +1 to wound. But I'm sure there's still some play for him. It's just I was like, he's okay. I haven't really ran a verminous list. I've only done Scryer and Molder, but and then the Arch Warlock, they actually changed. So now his whole weapon profile changed, and they made it so instead of -1 to hit on shooting attacks being negated, he now makes it so you can shoot in your opponent's hero or shooting phase, but you don't have to spend a command point. So I actually like that more because it just gives you free shooting in their shooting phase instead of like you're gonna be -1 to hit, but like who cares, because you don't have to spend a command point, which command points are like gold in this edition. So honestly, the Arch Warlock's pretty good. And so that's kind of just my thoughts. My general like rundown of everything I've played with so far with Skaven is it's pretty fun, but I wish they changed more, right? And so the sub factions also being the same was one of my biggest issues, because it just I don't know, or maybe even just battle traits. I feel like they could have done with a couple more battle traits to add a little more flavor to the army, but it was just copy paste. It was just straight up copy paste from the index. So maybe that's because this is the first battle tome. That happens a lot, where the first couple battle tomes are very much very bland compared to the battle tomes we're going to get down the line. I can see that happening because that's what happened last edition. It happens a lot of editions, but I don't know. I don't want to like bash it too much. Like, this sucks. It's just I wish they did more. but it's still good. Like, I still think it's a fun, it's a fun battle tome. It's a fun build off of the index. I just wish they would have built more than what they did. It just, like I said, it felt more like a patch than it did an actual battle tome. Like, that's kind of my feelings. I don't know. I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, but overall, it's all right. I think Skaven is really fun though. I think the biggest thing is going to be the new units. Having access to so many new units, the new priest hero, the new foot hero, the new monster. I think Molder is very much playable now, which last edition and previous ones, they were like not playable at all. Now I think they're kind of insane. And then Scryer still phenomenal. I think it's really just Molder and Scryer at this point. I don't think Pestilin has a lot. There's probably, you can do like a hybrid Pestilin maybe, and then Eshin's just like, I think a lot of people also hoped that Eshin and Pestilin were going to get more stuff, and they didn't. So I think they probably will down the line. But it's very much like Scryer and Molder. And then I guess Verminous, like running clan rats. I mean, you're never going to have a bad time running like a billion clan rats. Like, you're just going to be annoying to the opponent, and they're going to be like, ah. So that's kind of just my general thoughts of me rambling of what I've experienced. I'm very happy with Skaven. I think they're very fun. I'm going to be playing a lot of them because there's like no new tomes really coming outside of that. There's like Slaves to Darkness. Now I don't really play Slaves to Darkness, so we'll see what happens after that. But I'm probably going to play a lot of Pestilin. Or not Pestilin, but Skaven. But I listen, I love Clan Pestilin. It's my favorite clan. I want more Plague Rats, please. But the Foot Hero is a good start. The Foot Priest, I should say. He's not a hero. So I'm happy about that. Either way, thanks for listening and watching me ramble. Let me know what your comments are down in the comments section below. What do you think about the Skaven Battletome and the units and all that good stuff? And I will see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.